Go live. Go live. Hello. Are we back? Am I back? I don't know. Let's make sure. I don't know why my chat is saying that. Okay, there we go. Right. Try that again. There we go. Don't know what happened there. Okay, good morning everybody. How are we all? Sorry, I'm just checking. Come, sweetie, come inside. Come. Ooh, you want to have a chat? Come. Come. Hello. Come. I don't actually want to outside. Sorry, people. I just wanted to make sure my dog is inside. I know this sounds all random. Those who have been following me will know that I have a dog, a puppy dog who is the naughtiest little... Why does it keep saying that? That's weird. That's weird. So this is strange. Okay, that's very weird. Oh no. Oh God. So my chat is coming up really weird. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to look over here rather, and I know I'll be fine. Okay, anyway, good morning everybody. Welcome to Wednesday's live stream baking with me in the kitchen. So now, I know you're asking, why the hell are we doing fudge again? So the thing is that we originally said that I was going to do fudge. We were going to do it once a week for a month. So this is the third one. So if I do one more, it'll be one more time, but it won't be next week. It'll be the week after that. But the whole thing was to try and get fudge right. Okay, so if I can't get it right, I feel like if I can't get it right after today, I'm going to give up on fudge, honestly. So I have apparently a husband who has a special palate, who he keeps telling me that that my fudge is not right. So I think it's fine, but he says it's not. Okay, so I'm having to keep I keep having to look for, do more research and all that kind of stuff to find out. Morning, Saber, how are you? The fudge series. So okay, let me start again because now I'm actually talking to somebody. So where Dad keeps telling me that the fudge is not 100% right. So now I've asked various people what their opinions are on what the consistency and the texture of fudge should be, right? And so many people are coming back to me saying that it must be soft. Okay, Prav keeps saying to me it needs to be a little harder. So where it's at now is at a firm. Wait, I've got some. No, just been keeping it. I had some. Oh wait, I had some. I don't have any more. Okay, so it's a me, Mario. So at the moment, the consistency is enough that I am able to cut it and pull it out the pan, and it kind of holds its shape. It's still fairly soft. If I put it in the fridge, it goes a little harder, but obviously when it's not in the fridge, it's still it's soft, but it's not soft to the point that it's like melting or anything like that. My husband says that it needs to be harder, but I think we're talking like just that little bit harder, not hugely harder so that it's like, So I did some reading last night as to what the consistency should be and where it should be at or whatever. And possibly my fudge is still a little bit too soft. So they're saying that it must be hard enough to cut, hard enough to keep its shape, and hard enough that you bite into it. So it's like a proper bite into it, not. So I think mine is possibly a little bit because it's a little squishy. My daughter took it and went whoosh, squash with it. So because it is like that. So a few things that I did read up on about which was extremely interesting, because in my recipes it does say that you must continue stirring. Hold on, I have to say this because it's very interesting to see this. See, so now in this recipe and every other recipe, oh wow, okay. So yeah, okay, so you probably think that my fudge is perfectly fine. But my husband keeps saying to me, no, it needs to be just that little bit harder. So I feel it's probably a matter of opinion. But the thing is that one, if I'm going to package it, it kind of needs to keep its shape. But I don't want it too hard. So, and if I do package it, I'm going to be packaging it in a jar anyway. But obviously, I don't want it to squish into itself and all that kind of stuff. So the one thing I found very interesting last night with all my research that I was reading up was every recipe I've tried and every recipe I've seen and looked at all say that while it's boiling, you must continue to stir it. That's what all the recipes say. This one, I promise you, says boil while stirring all of the time. And I read up on a thing of secrets to the perfect fudge, and one of the things that they said was do not stir it while it is boiling. So you stir it and everything, and then when it starts to boil, when you set your thermometer in, you must leave it. But obviously, my thermometer can't attach to the side of the pot, so I'll just have to put it in every now and then. But apparently, you're not supposed to touch it when it's boiling. The reason for this apparently is that when you stir it, it starts to form the crystals. Now, I've spoken about the crystals the whole time. So in the beginning, when you're stirring it, just as you get it to boil, you need to take all those crystallizations off the side of the pot with cold water, as I've always said. But then you don't stir it so that you don't disrupt the sugar. So this is very interesting. Now I have made sure that I've got enough ingredients here, because I'm going to redo my traditional one that I did last week, in that I have purposely went and got double thick cream. I want to see if it's going to make a big difference, if the double thick cream. Unfortunately, it is super expensive, and I can only get it at Woolies. So I have got that. I got a mix because it's so expensive. I mean, just the two were over 60 Rand. It was 35 Rand for one tub. So it's really expensive for double thick from Woolies. And then I just got some normal cream as well, because I'm going to use the double thick cream for my one batch, my original batch, and then I'm going to use the other one. You see now that it requires 400. See, I don't know if this one's thick as well, and I think this one is thick as well. No, maybe not. So yeah, I kind of want to see. I'm actually going to do a blend of the two, because it was so expensive. I couldn't buy. It would have cost me about 120, 150 Rand to buy 4 of these, which I think is excessive. I feel it's excessive and a rip-off with the cream. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of do a blend with this. This one's fairly thick cream, and then this one red. And I want to see if the thicker cream makes any difference. That's one. Two, I'm not going to stir it when it goes to boil because I want to see if that makes a difference. And three, I am going to use normal light brown, good old light brown sugar, as opposed to the muscovado sugar, because that muscovado sugar has got really a unique flavor, and I feel that my fudge doesn't taste like fudge, but it tastes like that sugar. So all I'm tasting is that sugar rather than a fudgy taste. Okay, so I've decided not to use that sugar, and I'm going to go with the light brown sugar instead, and I think we'll get a better option, a better flavor. Then I'm going to bring it to the boil. So it's meant to get to 242 degrees. I'm going to let it go to 245. I'm not going to let it go longer than that. I want to, because I'm actually I'm not 100% sure what hardball stage is, what degree that is, but I know that like just 1 or 2 degrees hotter is going to make probably a massive difference. So I'm going to go just like 3 degrees more, if I can get it to 3 degrees hotter. I will, and then just to try and get it that little bit harder instead of it being too soft. And there was one other thing that I was going to do. So yeah, so I'm actually going to start with the chocolate caramel fudge. Yes, I know, and she's quiet. She was in the bedroom with Dad, and she was yelping to come out, so I let her out. So, there was another thing I was going to say. Why? I think the main thing is that the most amazing main thing that I found last night with the research of like what the consistency should be is that, and when making it, is that you shouldn't stir it, whereas every single recipe has said continuously stir it. So I've just got to watch it because obviously on a stovetop, well, I'm using my lower stovetop, the lower heat plate, so it shouldn't burn. If I was on the bigger ones, then it could possibly burn and turn fast. So I do think it's an opinion, right? So today, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try. I'm going to probably do both again. I'm going to do the vanilla one, the traditional one, and the chocolate caramel. But I'm going to start with the chocolate caramel because there is a whole lot of other things that I've got to do to it. Because I've got to make caramel, I've got to make the fudge, and then I've got to make the chocolate that goes in it. So there's 3 different steps to it. It also requires a really large pan. It also makes 50 or 60 in a 20 centimeter square dish. Yeah. Geez, like there was something else I was going to say, and my daughter came and interrupted me. Distractions. Distractions. And then I'll just have to find some people, who might want to, be my guinea pig to taste. I do have 1 or 2 people. I've actually got 3 people that are willing to be my guinea pig. So I've got last week's fudge here, so I'm going to market last week's fudge with the dates, and then I'll put this week's fudge, and then they can come collect all at one time, and then they can taste all of them, because I cannot sit and eat all this fudge. I'm just going to become my husband, and then he'll moan at me that he's getting fat because I'm making delicious treats, and then he is eating them. Okay, so Yes, I do think soft over hard is just a matter of opinion, but I don't, so that's why I'm going with 245 degrees, because I don't want it to be very hard. I still want it to be soft, but I'm being moaned at that it's just a little too soft. So we're going to try and get it a teensy bit harder. And I'm hoping third time lucky, and we're going to, you know, we're going to win with this one. So yeah, so I'm going to do the traditional one again. I'm actually going to mix all this cream together so that I can get a nice thick consistency cream between the two doubles and the normal cream, because yeah, just double thick heavy cream is just so expensive. But I feel like it might not make that much of a difference, but I just want to see if it does. And definitely the sugar will definitely make a difference, the type of sugar that you put in. Now, so basically this one is the original recipe, and this is an amendment of that recipe, which is great, but for some random reason they haven't put the vanilla in. I don't know why, but I will make sure I put vanilla in. No, what are you doing? Wait, Chica Chop, what are you doing? I have just nuisance on, you know, on the go, being a nuisance. Okay, so first things first, because we've learned our lesson, we have to grease our pans before we do anything, right? Because if we don't, we will get caught with our pants down, and then we will destroy our fudge because we're too busy sorting out. We're too busy trying to. So I'm just going to grease both. Do both. I'm going to obviously do one tin for each one of these. Saber. I have to send you a message on Discord, dude. Which I haven't done. We need a chat. We actually need to have a video chat of some sort, because we want to chat to you about some stuff for next month, which we want you to be on board with. So think about, you know, it is what? Women's Day. Women's Month. So yeah, we kind of want you to join us on what we're doing. So yeah, just let us know when you're available this week so that we can have a chat to you. So yeah, so we can call you and have a chat and tell you what we're doing. Miss Saber. I actually have another friend whose name is Charmaine as well. So now I've got two friends named Charmaine. It's not a very common name, I don't feel. What is it? Is it a common name in the... You can also message me on WhatsApp. Oh, I don't have your phone number, dude. Do you want to just send me your phone number on Discord, and then yeah, then I can WhatsApp you. But yeah, no, there's a lot that we want to discuss. That's why we're going to have an actual phone call, you know. So because yeah, there's a discussion. There's a discussion. So there's a discussion, and it's not just with me, it's with Prav as well. So, you know, 1,000,001 ideas that we're trying to do. Cool. Send it to me on Discord, and then yeah, then we can chat, and then we can see when we're all available to have a chat, even if it's on. Oh no, wait, was going to say even if it's on the weekend, but I'm trying to catch you before you go on your holiday, where you become unplugged. Because I know you want to be unplugged for your holiday, which I completely agree with you. It's a good thing to be unplugged. I'm trying really hard. It's super difficult, right, to be unplugged in this day of technology, because, and especially when you do social media marketing management, and as much as I want to be off Facebook, I can't do anything without having a Facebook connection of some sort to the world. Otherwise it doesn't work. So yeah, and everything is on. But what I have been trying to do lately is I have been trying to technically not be on my phone during the day while I need to work. So I literally check my phone for any messages coming in from customers to see if there's any customer messages. But if there's anything else, I actually don't answer during the day. Kind of just only answer later when I'm finished and I'm having a quiet moment. When I'm having a quiet moment, or when I'm trying to have a quiet moment. Oh, technology. The way of the future, because we can definitely not. We have to start, it is the way of the world, and unfortunately what's been going on the past year and a half, almost 2 years. Wow, almost 2 years. Yeah, it's pushing us there, hey? Pushing us there. Okay. So I prefer to line it by baking tin. So you'll see, like when I do cakes, I don't line my cakes tins, except for my 20 centimeter, only because I want extra height, not for any other reason. Because the tins I bought actually weren't deep enough, and I wasn't going to spend more money. So the option is to just put, baking paper to make a tin higher. But I will be available. Okay, cool. I will be available on WhatsApp. Yeah, but I don't want to disturb you on your freaking holiday either, So if we can, I think the thing is that if we can discuss before you go on holiday, and then you can think about it while you're on holiday, and then you can come back with all these refreshing new ideas. And then, yeah. So, yeah, something like that. Yes, with my job. With rental houses, unfortunately. Yeah. It's part of the job. Yeah, you can't be completely out of touch, right? As much as you'd like to be. You can't be completely off grid, unfortunately. Right, so what we're going to do, that's done. So we're going to make, apparently we need to make the caramel first. So we're going to place water, so we're going to make the caramel, which is water, caster sugar, and 200 mils of double cream. So, okay, so yeah, all of this, that's what I was going to say now that I'm reading this. Okay, So one of the other things that I read up about with the texture with fudge, and the whole thing with fudge, is that you melting sugar to get it to not have the sugar is crystals, right? The sugar crystals. The whole thing with not stirring while it's boiling means that you're not, the more you stir it, the more sugar crystals form, especially on the side, and those crystals can fall into your mixture and make more sugar crystals, and then your fudge actually has a gritty. I don't really have a gritty feel to mine, but apparently it can cause that. So the whole point is to not have those sugar crystals. So you're trying to avoid, that's why you mustn't stir it, so that it doesn't form sugar crystals on the edge of your pot. And the least amount of sugar crystals that you can get is what you're looking for, because when you bite into the fudge, you mustn't feel any kind of sugar texture. I say no sugar crystals. You must be able to bite into it, and it must apparently melt in your mouth. So that is like key, apparently. So today we're going to concentrate on not having any kind of sugar crystals, period, and see if that makes a massive difference. It should do. Yeah. I'm actually kind of cold. It's freezing here in Cape Town, like ice. And yesterday I had like 3 layers on. I'm pretty cold today, and I only have 1 layer on. Okay, so water. 100 mils of water. And I don't actually have a 100 ml cup. I've only got 125, but I'll make it 100. So that's about 100 mils. We need 225 grams of caster sugar. So we're going to put the water in here. And then we're going to add the sugar. Okay. So they've been very particular in that when you add the sugar, you add it carefully so that it doesn't splash up on the sides. So that it doesn't splash up on the sides of the pot. They've been very, very meticulous about that. So what did we say? 225 grams of caster sugar. My caster sugar is lumpy, but that's not going to make any difference. Oh, wait, that's a little bit much. 225. 225. Okay. 225 grams of caster sugar. And they're saying, put it in gently. So I will put it in gently, so that they say it mustn't splash up on the sides. Because why? If it splashes up on the sides, it's going to form sugar crystals. So now we're looking for, we're going to be making caramel, right? So obviously caramels. I think in particular this caramel is more runny caramel. So I'm just going to sprinkle it in so nothing splashes on the sides. Saber, you don't have a YouTube channel, do you? I mean, you're streaming live on Twitch, but there's no YouTube channel. Do you not do stuff on YouTube as well? You could do, but a new thing that I've started is I started putting short videos on YouTube, so on YouTube Shorts and on TikTok, and the response has been ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So not really doing anything. I'm basically just showing off my cakes and stuff that I've done like little mini videos of. But yeah, I mean, the response has been like really crazy. I'm going to switch my camera off there, and I'm going to switch on a camera on over there so that you can see what I'm doing on the stove. Okay, so we're going to put it on low heat. Well, it's not low heat. I'm on my smaller one because it doesn't get hot like that. But I'd rather be slow than not. Right, so then, and then we're going to need, I'm going to mix the milk. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to leave that. And should I leave that? The cream. I want to quickly. That's going to take a while to come to the boil. What is going on with this camera? Looks like it's been moved. I don't know if it looks like it's been moved. There we go. Okay, so I'm actually just going to pop all the cream. You see how thick that is, you can't even move it. Into one bowl, and then I'm going to mix it up as one. This is quite funny because I'm working at my kitchen counter, and then I'm watching the camera. So over moderate heat to allow the sugar to dissolve in the water. One of the things that I need to do is just stir it a bit. And I'm being super gentle because we don't want to, I don't know, form crystals. I do, however, have ice water and my brush at the ready so that I can get rid of any crystals on the side. So because this is a very slow stove top, it will take a while. You can see what I'm doing here. So you can see this is super thick, but I'm going to mix the two. So we're going to get like a medium thickness, right? I think I'm going to say. So we've got about 1 liter of cream, but I'm going to use all of it because but I think by doing this, I'm still going to get a much thicker cream. I just want to check on my sugar. It needs to get hot enough to dissolve. So, and yeah, that stovetop takes a while, so I'm not too stressed, as you can see. I'll quickly mix up my cream. I'm going to do 200 mils of cream. So this is going to be much thicker than normal mixing cream. I don't know why the other shops don't do double thick cream. It's quite annoying. So you'll end up going to places where it costs so much money. Like, I mean, cream at another grocery store would cost like 14 Rand or something. And I must now pay 35 Rand or something because it's from Woolies. Which for me is ridiculous. Anyway, that's my opinion. Okay, so that's my cream ready, and then I'll just measure that out to be 200. Grab some tea. Let me change cameras. Okay. So we're going to dissolve. Then once dissolved, we're going to increase the heat without stirring. Okay. So yeah. So now what's happened? So just, I think the sugar is pretty much dissolved. And then without stirring to allow the sugar to caramelize while the water evaporates. Okay. So I think it's pretty much dissolved. I don't know, some Wednesdays, you know, it's meetings. Okay, so obviously with me stirring to try and make sure that the sugar's dissolved, it's going to go up on the sides. So I'm just going to use my brush, dip it in some cold water, and just clean the sides up so that there's no sugar crystals. And then I'm going to leave this to boil on its own. So basically this is what you're supposed to be doing with the fudge, but this is so weird that they say this with the caramel, but they don't say it with the fudge itself. I don't know. So random. So random. I'm going to switch that camera off because it doesn't matter. You can see me. You can see what I'm doing. It's alright. I'm going to actually switch it off because then you can see more. Let me switch my logo off too. Then you can see more of what's going on. So now we're going to leave this to boil like this. So the problem, so Pat's going to tell you not to do that. Yeah, Pat's going to say don't do that because those videos that get recorded on Twitch are not very good quality. So what you do is when you are streaming, set a camera up that you can record from so that you have a better quality recording. And then you make shorts out of that. Rather, YouTube, if it's under a minute, automatically makes it a short, which is very interesting because I was like, I'm trying every which way to work out how to make a short. Meanwhile, you just need to upload a video that's under 60 seconds, and it automatically makes a short. So it automatically lists as a short. So yeah, I'm basically at the moment posting a short every 2 days. Just to, because actually I'm going to get my oh, I don't think I can, no. I can't record from, okay. Yeah, I'm going to use I'll probably use my phone to do some more shorts. I'm going to do that while I'm busy. I'll do some recordings to make some shorts. Now while I'm busy today. Okay, so stir to allow the sugar to caramelize whilst the whatever without stirring. once it is a moderate brown color, similar to the brown of a corrugated cardboard, add the cream. Be aware that the mixture will react with the cold of the cream by rising up the pan. Continue stirring until caramel has reached 220 degrees Fahrenheit. Pour in a bowl to set and cool. Okay, so we're going to need an extra bowl. And I need to measure out my 200 mils of cream. That's not going to work. Use a different. I'm going to lose my spoon. And I took out another spoon. Why did I do that? Okay. 200 mils of cream that I'm measuring out. That's about 200. Right. I don't lose that either. That's fine. Okay, so I've got, here we go, 200 mils of cream. We're going to set our sugar thermometer, which, you know, mine's a cheapie, but it works and it does its job. So, okay, so we're not there yet. See now we're forming crystals on the sides. And that is a problem. So I think what should have happened was while I was busy doing this. Yeah, okay, they're not too bad. Just keep pushing so what's happening is that the boiling, it's spitting up onto the side. Forming sugar crystals on the side, and we don't want the sugar crystals. So the water will dissolve them. And we just we keep the sides clean. So this is what I'm going to have to watch for when I'm actually doing this with the fudge. Because we want to try and keep it as clean as possible so that it doesn't form those crystals, because the less of those crystals there are, the better, according to the secrets of making fudge. I just find it extremely interesting that just about every recipe says that you must continue to stir it, and then there's, you know, one that comes, well, it's not a recipe, it was just a thing about how you can make your fudge so much better. So okay, so it's not quite brown yet. I mean, cardboard color. Where do they get corrugated cardboard? But yeah, so it's going to have to reduce quite a bit then, I think, for caramel. I've actually never made caramel, so this is one of the nicest things that I'm caramel, not like caramel treat, just, caramel. I don't know actually. I think it's going to be like a thick liquid. I don't know if it's going to harden, to be honest. It gets mixed in with the fudge, but which I find quite interesting because it's at a different sugar temperature to the actual fudge. So yeah, I mean, that's interesting. I so want to stir it. I'm so used to stirring things, but this just proves that it's not going to burn while it's doing this. This is probably why people, when they make it in the microwave, are successful, because they're not continuously stirring it. Because they can't stick their hand in the microwave at the same time. So that's very interesting. So yeah. Okay, I don't actually see any more crystals forming, so that's quite cool. That's better. But we'll just make sure that there are no crystals forming. I say this while my glasses are getting steamed up. I feel like this is going to be third time lucky, right? And then if this works out with this one and the traditional one, I have one more recipe to make, which is I think it's a chocolate walnut. So it'll be one with nuts in it. I'll tell you now. Wait, not chocolate, coffee. So I have one more recipe with fudge that I want to do, but I'm actually only going to do it if I can get this one right, and if I can get the traditional right. I think after today, if I can't get this right, then I'm going to give up on fudge. Because yeah, I don't know. Saber, you might want to make sure that you are watching on Friday. It's going to be an eventful Friday, because you're getting inside information of what's happening on Friday. Friday I'm going to attempt on Friday I'm going to attempt making a tsunami cake. So what we're going to do is we're going to make two tsunami cakes. Rebecca's doing it with me. We're going to record it as well, because we want to do it for her YouTube channel. So we're going to do two. And so it'll be an edited, recorded version on her YouTube channel. But this is quite cool. I can talk to you here and actually see what's going on without having to go check on it. We're going to do a tsunami cake. We're going to do two tsunami cakes. And I'm going to try out two different recipes for that. What is it? It's not icing, okay? So there's one that's done with condensed milk, and there's one that's done with chocolate ganache, which means I need to go get more cream. But I couldn't remember what the recipe was, so I didn't get it yesterday, so I'll have to go tomorrow to get the ingredients. But so we're going to do one because I want to see what the difference in consistency with the two are. One with the condensed milk and one with the chocolate ganache. Because I feel like the chocolate ganache one, if it's sat for too long, would go hardish, and you would lose the effect. You'd have to put it together and you'd have to let it run, like almost instantly kind of thing. Because if you left it, especially in cold weather or something, you wouldn't be able to keep it in the fridge or anything like that. It would go, I think it would set. Whereas, the condensed milk one, I don't think will. So the reason why I'm looking to see which one will work is because in case anybody does order a tsunami cake. But we're gonna do tsunami cakes. So that's going to be very interesting to do. We've got and I was going to do glitter, and I mean the whole point of me creating my own glitter was so that I could do this tsunami cake. And then I said to Rebecca, do you want glitter? And she decided she didn't want glitter anymore. I'm actually thinking now I might do a mix of glitter and... So what we ended up buying is we bought a big tub of vermicelli, plain. So her she's going to be doing Cinderella. So she's got blue and I've got pink. I couldn't get purple. I'm doing Sophia. So what I might do is I might add the purple glitter I've already made to my vermicelli so that I get a glitter and vermicelli. So that should be interesting. I don't think my caramel is quite there yet. I mean, that it needs to be brown. It's not brown, that's for sure, but it's boiling. I need to check the crystals on the sides. You don't want the crystals on the side. So this, at the moment, is still very much the same as marshmallows. Actually, so at the moment, I think the temperatures must be quite high. Let me check. But I need to get the temperature up once I put the cream in. Let's see. Oh, good God. So this is already over soft ball stage. So the color, that is super interesting.
I have the key to my door.
So they're saying that this needs to go to the color of cardboard. So obviously for caramel it needs to go way past hardboard stage.
Key to my bedroom.
That's the key to your cupboard. I have a key to your bedroom. Okay. Do you want to pop in and say hi?
Hi.
Say hi, everybody. When are you going to go for that shower? When Dad gets back?
Yeah.
Okay. You keep changing the shower. So this is already sitting at...
And guys, go to my channel. Rebecca Rainbow Club. Subscribe to Daddy's channel.
To?
Daddy's
Daddy's channel. Where, Dad?
Where Dad?
Subscribe to my channel, Tina's Toppers. Subscribe to Rebecca's channel, Rebecca's Rainbow Club.
Yeah.
Subscribe to
Exactly.
Where, Dad?
Daddy, my dad.
So I'm assuming to get it to that brown, if you get another sweet, I'm going to smack the bottom.
I'm not.
What are you doing? Do you want me to cut you up an apple?
I'm making a snore.
Are you making a snore?
Yeah,
You want to show them how to make a snore?
I'm getting on the green.
So this is getting to 280 degrees already. This is long past softball stage. I don't know how much longer we have to do this until it's caramel.
And the marshmallow.
Chocolate ganache.
And the marshmallow.
Yes, those are marshmallows. So now, like for me, like say, but I don't think that this is cardboard color yet, right? corrugated cardboard. Whoa! Oh, you haven't dropped them, huh? So we're going to advertise little Rebecca Rainbow. She's going to show you how to make some s'mores. She calls them s'mores. S'mores. Not s'mores. So I'm going to switch over the camera just so that you can see what she's going to do. She's going to show you how to make some s'mores. S'mores, as she calls them. S'mores. What ingredients do you need, Rebecca, to make a s'more?
Where's the cookies?
Hey, where they always on? You can't see them because they're here at the back. Take it. Shake it.
Suck up.
Where's your plate? You need your plate?
Sorry guys, so I got a plate, some cookies.
Which cookies are these?
Mommy biscuits. Let me have some. They're very, very squishy, delicious marshmallow. I'm gonna take. I'm the punk. I'm gonna get this. There it says. I got some scissors. And I go. Get 2 cookies. 1, 2. 1. Ah! One broke.
Okay.
No broke. Another. And another one did. And ah! That is very soapy.
Okay. Right.
That. And then.
And then what do you do? Bless you.
It's okay.
They can't see you
Now
do
go
this.
squishiest thing now is the marshmallow. I'm gonna take one cookie out and another cookie out. I'm gonna put a marshmallow and another marshmallow. And then do we have can we put a spoon for the microwave?
No, can't babe. I can't move any of the cameras, so we won't be able to. She's going to go put it in the microwave for 10 seconds. So take it, and you can take it and do it for 10 seconds.
It will be quickly.
It'll be very quick, 10 seconds.
If it's too grown up, super big, that means it's very squishy. Don't pop the very big one. Hey guys, what am I kind of
Okay, I don't know how long sugar needs to boil before it turns brown for caramel. I think a really, really long time. They like do not even say the temperature, or they just say until it turns brown, basically a light brown. Mine's not sitting at a light brown at this point. What are you doing? So mine's not quite at the light brown stage yet, I don't think. But it's
Wow, both of them are so
like I don't
big.
feel like this is brown enough to be caramel.
Two of them are so big.
Yeah, you want to come show everyone? Oh, did you crack all the cookies?
No,
Oh dear. But that's okay. These ones will be alright. Okay?
okay, so then I got these big hot vegetables. So I'm going to separate them.
And you squash it together.
So satisfying. And then I'm going to squash the next one.
Oh!
Oh, it broke! It broke!
It broke. Oh well, but it's going to stick anyway, so it's not going to be a problem. Who's having two? Are you eating two?
Yeah.
You're having two, cheeky chap. Okay. And that's Rebecca Snores. If you want to, well, I say this, if you want to see more of her videos, subscribe to her channel, Rebecca's Rainbow Club.
And don't forget!
So it's not brown. I don't know how long. I mean, it's like a goldy color now. So maybe it's going to turn soon. Let's hope it turns soon. Right? Because I don't know how much longer I can stand like this for. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this fudge, you know, live. And then I'm going to make the other fudge afterwards, but I won't do it live. Because, yeah, you might get, I feel like you guys might get bored with watching more live fudge. Not everybody wants to watch the same thing. It needs to be different. I can't keep making the same fudge recipe. Okay, I think it's going to, okay, here we go. I think it's slowly turning. It's definitely slowly turning. Not quite there yet, but it's super thick. Jeez. And the temperature is probably going to go off the scales. This is what I find interesting. It doesn't tell you what the temperature should be. It just tells you it must be basically burnt, I suppose. Is it burnt sugar, caramel? I think it is, to be honest. Probably burnt sugar. And it's just hit 300 degrees. So this I'm going to say is probably super hard boiled steak. I don't even need to pop it in cold water, but I want to show you what it does. Rock hard. So at this stage, this is, wow. This is candy stage. This is going rock hard. Let me see it. Where's my hand? Where's my hand? Where's the camera? Okay, can you see? Oh, wait. I don't know if you can see it. It's not going to zoom in. It's like a little ball and it's totally hard. It's like candy. Probably how they make candy. So this is rock hard. Sure. Interesting. Interesting. But I think we're getting there. And I think so long as it's hot, it's melting, so it's not going to go hard unless you put it in cold water, right? So this is how they must make like sucking sweets. Here we go. Here comes our color. Is there? Okay. So this is. You can see it's quite thick. I don't want to move it too much because of the. It's definitely caramel burnt sugar, right? That's what I think. What is going on here? I'm going to let it go just for a little bit longer so that I can try and get a darker brown. Because I think the darker the brown, because the cream is going to obviously lighten it. So it needs to be a little bit darker. But it's definitely what I would say burnt sugar, which is what gives you that caramel flavor. I'm just getting some more water. Just to make sure that there's no crystals coming off the side. So this caramel, I think, well, it's probably going to land up being a bit hard because, yeah, I mean, we're adding. There we go. Look, there's the change in color. You can see it now. Definitely a change in color now. So obviously it's quite hot. So interested to know the temperature because this is super, super hot. You've got to be really, really, really careful because if this splashes on you, you're going to get a 3rd degree burn. 3rd degree, 1st degree? I think it's a 1st degree burn. It will be, yeah, it will be very sore. Super, super sore. So the temperature is sitting at, like for interest sake, temperature sitting at 317 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's pretty, you know. It's like glass. I can't even explain. It's so funny. Wow. That's very interesting. Okay, so I think we're there with the color. So I'm gonna say we're gonna add the cream. You're gonna be very careful when you add in the cream, and we're gonna stir it because the cream is cold. This is super hot, so you don't want it to splash too much. It's gonna sizzle up. Okay, and we have caramel. So, and now we're going to boil this. See now this one, it's saying to continue to stir. But I'm not. I'm going to leave it to boil and get it to the temperature that we need it to get to. I think that's a decent color. Caramel. I'm just going to clean the sides down so that we know that there are no crystals forming, because I don't want the crystals. If we want the fudge to be smooth, we want our caramel to be smooth too, right? So I'm just going to make sure that there's no crystals on here and that the sides are clean. We don't want to add. So we're gonna boil this until it gets to, don't know why it's so much less. I'm gonna go for 225 because I want it to be a harder fudge or caramel. It says 219. So we're gonna go 3 degrees, 19, 20, 21, 222. That's it. We're there. Okay. Caramel in the house. Because we're going to make caramel fudge. Okay. And Rebecca did a quick ad on how to make s'mores. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to pour this into here. And we're going to leave it, we're going to put it aside to cool, apparently. So we're going to leave that in there. Maybe they said no vanilla essence because of the caramel. I don't know, I still feel like I'm going to put vanilla essence in. Okay, so we're going to put that like that. And I'm going to pop it aside. And then we're going to start our fudge. Let's make fudge. Let's get this fudge right. Sure. Okay. So the fudge, we've done that. Okay, so we're gonna place that on the side. Okay, so we're gonna put the double cream. So we're gonna need 400 mils of double cream. Of our beautiful cream mixture. So I'm going to do 400. I don't have 100 ml. I need to actually get my hands on 100 ml measuring cup. But that's around about 200. So we're going to do 400 ml. Okay. 200 mils of that. Pop the cream on the side. Not using. Right, there we're going to put double cream, we're going to put milk. See, this is what I don't understand. You're going to put double cream in, and then you're going to go and put milk as well. Which, you know, then what thins out the cream anyway. So why is it double cream? This is 125. So I need to put an extra 10 mils. To make it 135. Okay. Just put my milk in the fridge. Right, okay. Milk, butter. 135 grams of butter we're going to pop in here. So it's just... What is that? Oh, I don't know if she'll like that, babe.
You'll be a flying doggy.
Not sure she would.
Sweetie's a flying doggy. Sweetie's a flying doggy.
Okay, so we need...
Flying doggy.
My baby, please go to your room. 135 grams of butter. Grams. Does 3 grams make a difference? I don't know. We shall see. I don't think so because... Okay, so we're going to put the pop our butter in there. And then, so I'm going to do brown sugar. So I'm going to do brown sugar. We need 400 grams of this. I do believe that this is going to make a difference in the flavor. That Muscovado sugar has a very strong flavor. Very, very, very strong flavor. So 400 grams. I'm not sure why this one has a bigger sugar quantity, but anyway. It's also got a bigger cream quantity. Not sure why when it's basically just an additional. And then we're going to put 200 grams of caster sugar, which is the only sugar basically in my house besides brown sugar. When we were kids, my mom has this particular recipe that we learned how to bake cakes with, which is what I'm going to use next week. And it just requires normal sugar, but my brother actually can bake. We all learned to bake. He can bake. And we used to just use normal sugar. And and with that, he realized that it would be better if he had caster sugar. And for whatever reason, he would never go and buy caster sugar. He would just make his own caster sugar. So because we used to have like this big 25 kg tub of sugar in our house, so instead of going to buy, what's the point of going to go and buy when you've got sugar? But he didn't want the granulated sugar. So he used to put the granulated sugar into the blender to make his own caster sugar. And the same recipe that I'm going to use for next week's baking, we all use the same recipe. It's not the one that I use for selling, but it's a super easy recipe to use for kids to learn how to bake. And he still always comes out way better than mine. So okay, so we're going to put all of this in here onto the and we're going to start the whole process again, because we're now going to try and get it to 200 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to stir this constantly until this is all melted, till the sugar's melted, till the butter's melted, till we start getting to the boil. All while I'm going to keep cleaning the edges, because we don't want that crystallization. And then what I am going to do differently to this recipe is that I'm going to go to 245 degrees, maybe 246. I want it just that little bit harder, so I need to get it to a higher softball stage, and I'm not going to touch it. What? Can we show everybody what Rebecca has done to you? So, my puppy dog is now apparently Sky. So Rebecca has decided to put so she can fly. But the poor dog is going to chew this to death. How did you get this on you? Oh, okay. Ah, there we go. Let me wash my hands quick. Okay. I can't hear my music today. It feels like it's There's either no music or it's too soft. Okay. Okay. So yeah, those are the two things that we're going to do differently. We're not going to stir it once it starts boiling, as we've just done with the caramel. That is where our trick is apparently going to come in. So I just want to make sure that this is all mixed in now. So one of the things I have learned when it comes to doing anything with softball stage is to mix the liquid and your sugar in before you pop it onto the stove, because otherwise you can burn your sugar before it's got wet, and you need it to get wet. So right, let's move to the other camera. We'll pop it on here, back to there. So let's not lose this. I just want to show you what our caramel's looking like. So yes, we will stir this, for now. We will stir this. We will stop stirring when it starts to boil. And we're just gonna I'll probably do that once everything's melted. Again, I do feel that working on the smaller stovetop as opposed to one of the bigger ones that have higher heat is much better. I know it takes longer to get it to the boiling point, but it'll avoid you burning anything, that's for sure. Nothing will burn. I will make the other traditional fudge the way I want to do it off camera. I don't think you need to see that again. Basically, I'm going to do exactly what I'm doing now, except with the traditional fudge. And then go from there. Where's she? So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. What else do we need to do? So we're gonna get it to 200, and I really want it a little bit harder, but I don't know how much harder how much the temperature needs to be a little bit harder. Once the required temperature has been reached, remove the pan from the heat and leave it undisturbed to cool down to 230. This will only be in a couple of minutes. Beat the mixture with a wooden spoon vigorously until it is no longer shiny. That's the norm. Pour half the mixture into the prepared tin. Smooth it to the corners. Spoon blobs of cooled caramel into the fudge. So there's going to be parts of this fudge that's going to be squishy because of the caramel. Use a knife to marble it, and then top with the remaining fudge. Spread the top layer of fudge out with the back of a spoon. Add a few more drops of caramel and use the knife to ripple into the fudge. Smooth the surface of the fudge with the back of the spoon as best you can as it gets thicker. Set aside to cool at room temperature for at least 3 hours. At least. Obviously, the longer you leave it, the more days, the harder it does sort of kind of get. Then we're going to complete it with chocolate. So then we're going to make like a chocolate ganache. We're going to pour cream into a small pan, medium heat. Allow the cream to heat through, but avoid it from boiling. Break the chocolate into smaller pieces. I'm going to use chocolate chips, but you can't see it. And I'm going to use chocolate chips. And then you're going to add that to the hot cream. Use a spoon to stir ganache. I'm either going to use So basically we're making a ganache, a chocolate ganache. And I can either use Belgian chocolate, which I've got, or I can use the chocolate chips. But I'm actually thinking I'm just stick with the chocolate chips. So then it'll become a smooth ganache, and then we're gonna pour the warm chocolate ganache over the set fudge. Oh, okay. So yeah, so we can do this now as well. We won't need to. It doesn't need to set up completely. And then what I'm gonna do is then I've got some nice chocolate sprinkles, and I'm going to put that on. On the recipe, they had little pieces of caramel. I don't have caramel, so right. What's happening over here? Not much. Waiting for everything to melt. Sugar's still definitely not melted. I can hear it and I can feel it. Butter's not melted either. So basically what I'm doing here with the fudge is what I'm going to do with the traditional fudge. Same, so it'll be basically the same thing. That's why I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it on screen, on live, but I will do it directly after I finish with the live with this one, so that I can have both of them. Hopefully, I'll have some photographs for this afternoon. Because 3 hours by this afternoon, I should be able to have. I'll probably have some photographs of it. But I'm still trying to decide what temperature. What temperature do I get it to make it that little bit harder? And I'm not thinking. I think like 2 or 3 degrees is going to make a massive difference. So that's why I'm not thinking probably. If I have to get it to 242, I think I'll get it to maybe 245, 246 to make it that little bit harder. I think it's meant to be almost like the outside is a little bit hard-ish, crustish, a lot more firmer on the outside than on the inside. But I don't know how, yeah, I'm not sure how that's going to work. So next week, I don't know if anyone else is watching other than Saber, and Saber's on holiday. So, so next week what I'm doing is I was meant to do in-person baking with kids in my kitchen from Tuesday through to Friday next week. And with our current situation, that's not a possibility. So I've decided to do it for free online. So basically what's going to happen is Rebecca and I are going to bake every day from Tuesday next week. And yeah, we're going to do each one, one thing each day to bake, and she's going to bake with me, and I'm going to post the recipe with all the the recipe so that you can get the ingredients, and with all the things that you will need to bake along with us, and then you can tune in and bake along with us, and you can, if you need to ask questions, you can ask questions, and I don't think it's probably going to end up being a little bit of a long stream with Rebecca and stuff, because, I've got to take it at her pace. So, which means that it will definitely be at a kid's pace. Unfortunately, I can't say that the stream will be for kids because then it's the commenting and everything gets switched off, and so I'm going to say it's not for kids, even though kind of is, but yeah, kids who are 8 years and up probably can do all of it on their own, and kids under 8 will need supervision. But I think it'll be a fun thing to do with the kids as well. So if you know, like a mom with her kid, to do it together. So this is almost melted. Just want to make sure that this is completely melted before. So once all this butter's melted, the sugar is pretty much melted as well. Once this butter's melted, I'm going to wipe all that off the edges, because we don't want that crystallization happening. The less crystals forming, the better, apparently, because this is how you get that melt in your mouth texture and feel to it, because there aren't any large crystals. So apparently what happens is the stirring, because it does that, what causes crystals. So then you'll and then what do? You scrape it off the side, and then you put the crystals into. So at the moment this is not crystals, but it will become when it starts boiling. That's why we're gonna clean it before it forms to crystals. Okay, so that's nice and smooth and all melted. And we're gonna leave that. And then I'm going to just clean up the sides before they crystallize. That is just from the cream. We put not dirty water. If that's what you think it is. It's not dirty water. It's just from the caramel and the fudge. Let's put some clean water in, so it doesn't look so bad. No, it looks terrible. This is from the cream that is doing that. Okay, so let's do that so it doesn't look so bad. Because there was excess cream in my brush. See, so what's happening is because there's cream in here, when I do that, that's what's happening. So it's not even in my brush, it's coming from the sides. But we definitely don't want these crystals forming, so let's make sure they don't form. See that? Yeah, this is just basically what's it, the water mixing in with the cream. So it's making that white color, but it's not going to make. Not going to cause a problem is what I'm saying. So don't let it freak you out. Okay, so I'm going to leave this now because I don't want it. It's going to start boiling. Yeah, it's already started boiling. You can see. So now we're just going to leave it because now apparently that's the secret. Is to leaving this, and then we're going to check on it every now and then and make sure that there are no crystals forming. So we're going to leave it to boil. What was I going to say? I am cold. I feel like I should make a cup of tea. So I'm going to make a cup of tea. Why don't you go make a cup of tea too? The cold. We moved to Cape Town. I moved 7 years ago, and when I moved, it was the last year before the drought hit. So we had a seriously rainy winter, and I was super cold, and then the drought hit, and then that was it. Up until 2 years ago, so basically for 5 years, what's it, 1, 2, 3, yeah, basically for 4 years, we had a drought where winter was fairly warm. Yeah, and it wasn't cold, there was no rain. So, and then the drought kind of broke last year, and now this year it's definitely broken. We've had so much rain, it's awesome. But sure, it's oh, the bowl's big. Yeah, interesting times we are living in. I just want to check. Sure, my messages are blowing up. So, yeah, what am I going to talk to you about? Saber, what else do you want to chat about? Chat publicly. White as hello. Oh, there we go. All right. So if you don't mind, I'm going to make a cup of tea because it's super cold here. Where's my cup? This is time for an ad break. How to make a cup of tea. How to make a cup of tea. You always pour the milk in first. That's how I do it anyway. A lot of people would say no. I do milk first. Milk first, tea bag, because I don't want super strong tea, that's why. I am definitely looking forward to doing the tsunami cake. I'm a bit nervous. I don't know how it's going to work and if it will work out. Okay, so that's I love, this is awesome that I can actually stand here and talk to you and still see what's going on there on the camera. So yeah, I'm now on TikTok. So if you want to see, but what I post on TikTok is what I post on YouTube as well. So you're not going to miss anything there. But if you're not on the YouTube, yeah, go like on the YouTube from TikTok. It's amazing. So Saber, so what I wanted to tell you about the TikTok thing. So the lady that does the airbrushing, or the where I went to learn the airbrushing, she doesn't bake for a living anymore. She only makes, she does teaching, rather. And so last year with lockdown, she decided that, you know, everyone's jumping on the bandwagon of TikTok and trying to go live and all sorts of things. So she thought, no, she would do like this quick little video of her icing a simple sugar cookie, and she did like this fire, she did like this flame in the icing in it, and it's brilliant. And she just thought, oh, she'll just make a quick video on it, which she did. and she got over 64,000 views on it. It was like ridiculous. She says, and I can't understand, it's never happened again. So I said to her, it's just the way it is. So I've been trying to work out how to do YouTube Shorts because I thought it was a specific way of uploading and, you know, whatever. So I thought, so on Saturday night, I'm sitting and going, okay, you know what? I've got a hoard of videos from like the last like 5 years kind of thing, since I've been open, basically, of where I've made, like when I turn the turntable and you can see it, you know, to see all the way around the cake and stuff. So I thought, okay, let me just post a video. So I did it. Had done one of those kind of videos for the flower basket in May. So I thought, okay, I created a profile on TikTok and I posted the video. So I thought, okay, well, the video is it's like so short. I mean, it's not even 30 seconds. I think it's like 15 seconds or 20 seconds, whatever. It's super, super, super quick. And I spruced it up with like, you know, stars and whatever. So I thought, okay, fine, I'll put that on. So I popped that on to after creating my profile and everything. I popped that logo on. I mean that video on. I didn't even say anything to my husband because he moans at me that I don't run things past him first. So, so I was like, I just want to see what happens. So I put it on. So I thought, okay, you know what? I actually want to see how the YouTube Shorts works. Now I've listened to 1,000,001 videos on how to make a YouTube short, but they're telling you how to make the video, not what do you do to upload it. I feel like I need to do a tutorial on how to. It's going to be a super short tutorial. You basically just take a video that's under 60 seconds and you upload it as you would normally to YouTube, and then YouTube automatically goes, it's a YouTube short, and labels it as a YouTube short, which you can then only see on your phone. You can't see YouTube Shorts on your desktop. So let me go do some water down here. Look at this. Look at this. This looks incredible. I really hope that this makes all the difference. I don't know how this is not going to be a double batch or it's going to be a thicker. I might end up using 2 trays because I think it's going to be so much. I don't want them to be too thick. I only want them to be about this thick. So anyway, so I go and okay, let me post it to YouTube, see what happens, and then I see that it creates its own YouTube short. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. So the next minute, it's up now, and because my husband subscribed to my channel, when we're sitting watching YouTube on our TV, he then can see the videos popped up. So he's like, and this? So I said, no, I wanted to see how to create a YouTube. I don't know. I was just testing for a YouTube short. So he's like, oh, no, okay, cool. It looks, good or whatever. The TikTok by the next morning had over 250 views or whatever, ridiculous. And I think it's now up to 530 odd views on TikTok. And on YouTube, that same video is almost 500 or whatever. But what the most amazing thing that I have found, and this is why I think this is probably the way to go, Saber, if you're listening, is to just do, like, don't use your recordings from Twitch. Praf says that the recordings from Twitch are actually very low. They're not great quality at all. So what you do is when you go live, so what I do normally, so like this is what I'm going to do on Friday with Rebecca, is while we are live, I'm recording because we use OBS so I'm actually going live through OBS. I don't know what you use to stream to, but if you're able to, whatever software you're using to stream with, I'm sure you can do a recording at the same time. So I would say do your live stream and then do a recording at the same time, and then edit your recordings into a whole bunch of shorts, depending on where you what you think you can make a short, 30-second video out of it, and then use those to upload to TikTok and to YouTube. Yeah, because since I went to Twitch, since I went to TikTok, since I did the TikTok and the YouTube Shorts, I have gained 6 new subscribers on my YouTube channel. So I'm hoping it's going to continue to do that. So that's why now I'm like digging for all my old videos so that I can just, chuck them onto TikTok and onto YouTube Shorts. So that's, because I mean it's quite a thing to try and get 1,000 subscribers. So I haven't even hit 100, and when I hit 100, I've still got 900 to go. Never mind the amount of watch. Doing the YouTube Shorts is definitely not going to get you watch hours, that's for sure. I mean, doing the live is what gets you your watch hours, but yeah. So my fudge. This is super interesting. Oh, I'm supposed to be doing short videos. Okay. Let's take I'm going to just take my phone here and I'm going to do some recordings to put onto TikTok, as we've just been speaking about. So, let's go like this. You just can't believe how people it's amazing what people will sit and watch. I find it's amazing. So I've just done a little bit of a recording. What I am doing is forgetting to check the temperature. So let's just check the temperature where we're at. Hopefully we're almost there, because that's what we're waiting for. It's looking great. It's so thick. $240. We're gonna go I'm gonna just call it 246. We're at 225. So it's probably gonna sit for a little bit and then it's just gonna go up. I really actually don't even want to disturb the edges because I'm worried about the whole crystallization thing. Yeah, I'm going to leave that. Because I don't want these crystals going in here, or do I? Because what happens is when I stir it, they're going to come off. So I suppose, let's just keep it clean as much as we can. There's no other crystals on here, so no, it's fairly clean. It's not spitting up or anything like that. And now my music stopped. That's weird. What's going on with my music today? Oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it there. I'm sure we're going to get to the temperature we need soon, though. Bubbling sugar. Just had some brunch. That's nice. I can't eat on a live stream. The funniest is, have you ever seen with Mache, Mrs. Huster? She's forever eating on live stream. And now she says she has an excuse to eat on live stream. You do know that she's pregnant. She's with the 4th child. She's nuts. I don't know if that's like amazeballs or just crazy. 4 children. I think 3 children's crazy. I think 2 children is crazy. I only have 1. I don't know if I could deal with more than 1. 4th child on the way. So basically what we're doing is we are reducing the water in the sugar. Or we're reducing the water, not in the sugar, in the cream. So even if you use condensed milk, there's water in the condensed milk, right? So yeah, what boiling like this means is that you're trying to reduce the amount of water that's in here. Okay, it's sitting at 223, 225. It's not getting much hotter, so we need to go for a little longer. Actually, I might need to invest in one of those that clip on the side so that I don't have to do this. I'm trying not to burn myself. And then we'll have a look. I'll give you a squiz. So that's what the caramel's looking like. I thought it would be thicker than that. There we go. So definitely need some longer time. Oh wow, to Mrs. Huster. Did you not know that? You haven't been watching her stream, have you? Yeah. They announced it on this. It's so funny. They announced it on their stream. Oh, it was already like almost a month ago. They announced it on their stream. Such a random thing to put on TikTok and watch what we get. You've just watched me create a short. A short video. Literally like 12 seconds long. The amount of people who love watching stuff like that. They like mindlessly scroll through the stuff, I think. But if it's going to get me likes and shares and subscribers, sure, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll definitely do it. Now, I feel like this is when I should be making the ganache. Because like I feel like I'm wasting time. But although I think it's also... Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of just prep the ganache in the meantime. Because, yeah, let's do that. So, this is probably too big. But my other pan, I don't have another one. All the other ones are dirty. So, I've got some cleaning to do. Okay, so we're going to pour cream in a small pan, we're just going to use this one. Which is 100 mils. So we're going to do 100 mils of our cream. So 100 mils of cream. This is how you would normally make. So on a normal day, chocolate ganache is made this way. Basically, it's cream and milk, cream and chocolate. So the rest of that I'll have for my other fudge. I don't know if it's going to be quite a thick chocolate ganache. So generally, if you want a thickish ganache, it's normally like 1-to-1. So like if you got 150 gram chocolate bar, and you put in 150 gram, and then you did 150 mils of cream, you would get, so that's basically how they work it, you would get so much, it would be a certain consistency. If you want pouring ganache so that it's runny, you would then do it 2-to-1. So it all depends on what you want your ganache for. And this, I would say you need it to set. So that's probably the reason why. Yeah. So there's more. So this is not actually 1-to-1, because there's 150 grams of this and 100 ml of double cream. So we have a little bit more chocolate than we do cream. So it's great. It's more chocolate than cream, which means that it's going to set. We want it to set on top of the I think it's like a layer on top of. You would do the same thing, I think, with the with, you know, when you chocolate brownies. I've done chocolate brownies a million times as well. I did that for Valentine's Day. Oh my god, I maybe need to do chocolate brownies online, you know, as a thing again, but just so that it's on my YouTube channel. But she's like that. Chocolate brownies are that stuff is finicky. Allow cream to heat through, but avoid. Okay. Meanwhile, break the chocolate into small pieces, which we're not going to do because we don't need to. And then we're going to add it to this to be hot cream. Okay. So I'm just going to pop this on. Oh, wait. Okay. No, I'm not going to do that, or else you can't see what's going on. So I'm just going to at least have it ready for us to do it once I've done that here. I've prepped it. Yeah, because there's 3 parts to this particular fudge, so that's why it's taking a little bit longer. So we've done the caramel, we're doing the fudge, and then we're going to do the chocolate ganache for it. It's sort of Fahrenheit. There we go. Come, fudge. Yeah, it's like super thick on the sides here. The problem with doing this kind of thing is that it can sit for a long time before anything actually happens. Like it is right now. Doesn't seem like it's going to get any hotter, but it will. You just got to give it time. So I'm just washing down any crystals that may have formed, but I don't think so. It's because of the cream. It's not hard. 224. Come on. Is it still not getting any hotter than this? No, you know, like you could get to the point where you kind of want to rush it because it's taking so long. But I feel like you shouldn't do that. $2.27. Yeah, you see, I think what's going to happen is it's just going to, it sits for a bit, and then you're like, oh my god, this is taking forever, because that's how I'm feeling right now. And if you're watching me, you're probably going, oh my god, how much longer is this going to take? But you see now, again, this is what the beauty of doing live stream baking is, just so that people have an idea on how much time it takes. Normally, like if I was baking without live streaming, I would be doing a million other things right now. So that's really the definitely a much, you know, the difference. So like I'd be doing multiple things right now if I was, which I don't really want to do that because then I'm not talking to you guys. And I don't know if you want to talk to me or not. Who's in? Who's in? Let's say that. Oh, I like doing that. I haven't done it the whole time because there hasn't been anybody else but somebody that I know who cannot redeem that code. But I see somebody else has joined us, so I'm going to give them a code number. Hopefully they live in South Africa in Tableview, and that they'll be able to see that. So hope you got that number down, and yeah, and then make sure you go and like all my social media. I'm plugging myself. What else can I do while I'm talking nonsense waiting for sugar to boil? I must admit the caramel really did take longer than I expected it to. Again, probably would have been quicker if I was on a hotter plate on my stovetop, but I would prefer to be on the smaller, you know, plate, and take longer, then do it quickly and it lands up burning and it turns like that, and then yeah, then you've wasted, then you just waste. And I don't hate wasting. I don't like to waste. So definitely baking is multitasking. Well, now I'm just like sitting here talking crap to you, so I could possibly, you see, I don't want to do one thing and then I drop the ball on my sugar here, because my sugar is definitely, oh, why am I shaking my camera? Sorry. Yeah, I definitely don't want my sugar to turn without me knowing. That's actually so big, you know. Just wondering if I should just wash that out. Maybe that's what I should do. Now I've got extra pots to clean. I should have just washed it out. This definitely feels different, seems different, might actually work. God, I'm holding fingers, toes, everything to hope that this works and that my husband comes back going, oh my God, this is the best fudge ever. And then at least I can make the coffee coffee walnut fudge. Now, I don't drink coffee at all. I don't drink coffee at all. But I so will eat coffee walnut fudge. I like the flavor of coffee if it's mixed in like this. I find coffee so strong. Ugh. And bitter and yucky. So it's definitely an acquired taste, I think. Oh my god! 226. How is it still at 226? You see, now I think what happens is that now it's sitting and it's reducing. You can see it's much thicker here. But the temperature is not getting... See, now I thought... So now they... In all the recipes they do say to stir continuously while it's boiling. And I thought that the whole point of that was to distribute the heat evenly. But yeah, I don't think that's actually the case anymore. So we're still sitting at 226 and we're trying to get to 242 at the very least, which I want to get to 245 or 246. Good God. 227. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to wash this little tiny pot because I want to do the ganache in this. I don't want to do it in the big pot. I'm going to have to wash the big pot, but not that I've made a mess of it. Okay, you know I'm silly. I could have done it in my double boiler. Okay, now I'm actually going to press record on here. I want to see what, just for a few seconds. Okay, I think this is going to be better this way in here. I could have used my double boiler, but I don't know why I didn't think of it. That's too late. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use this. I'll try and make it the way they say. 100 mils. I'm sure this is 100 mils. I think it is. Okay. Oh my goodness. I feel like this is definitely taking forever. I'm going off to town, but we'll leave a look. Okay. So then, yeah, then you can just like fast forward, right? Okay. But yes, thank you for leaving the lurk because I kind of need that. But we'll see you on Friday, hey, for the tsunami. So it's starting to go up. We're at 233, so it is getting there. to, without even seeing it, I got to my 246 quite quickly. You see, it turned like that so quickly. So quickly. So, let's move this over here.
Mommy, after I finish my shower,
Yeah.
I'm gonna open the stove for Daddy.
Oh, okay. And then it needs to go down to 230, which it is at already. That was super quick. And now we need to beat it. So I need to beat it with... Sure, it turned so fast. It was sitting, and then turned.
Okay.
So, that's... Okay. So let's beat that. We've got to beat it by hand with a wooden spoon or a silicone spoon. And we beat it until it starts to cool down, get thicker, and until it's, at the moment it's shiny. I think you can see how shiny it is. It will no longer be shiny when we are wanting to get where we're wanting to get. It says vigorously. My arm cannot go vigorously. I can only go as much as I can. Are you eating more sweets? What are you doing? Are you getting stuff? Please stop eating sweeties, baby. You need to eat lunch. Are you looking for things for your shop?
Yes.
Don't be sneaky. Okay.
Ow, that's finishing me.
So apparently you can actually, I read up also in my research, is that you can actually you can beat it with a mixer. But I don't think it's advised, because then you can overbeat it, apparently. So I can see what you're doing. Stop it. You're being sneaky and you're going to lose your money. Close the door. Close it. Oi, close it, Rebecca. I can see. No, stop. No, put it down.
Open it up. I'll just say one thing to me too.
Put it away. You're disrupting me and you're eating too many cookies. Rebecca, if I have to come there. Right, you've lost your pocket money again. No, Rebecca. Go. Good children. like that. Okay, so it's getting quite thick. It's not quite lost its glossiness yet. So my daughter has a huge sweet tooth. Something she did not have when she was up until about a year, later than a year. And now she's got a sweet tooth, and with me baking, she's constantly, you know, wanting stuff. But to try and get your kids not to eat treats all the time, and because she's at home, she's bored. She's an only child. So what she's doing is she keeps going into the cupboard. She keeps taking treats and eating them. And I don't have a problem with her eating the treats to a certain point. I do have a problem with her being dishonest about it. And she was already punished last week. Punished, not like punished. Like she didn't get her pocket money last week. Because, and after she worked so hard to get her pocket money last week, she didn't get her pocket money last week because on Friday and Saturday she did it more than once, where I said to her she couldn't have a treat, and then she went and snuck the treat, and she's just gone and done it again because I said no, and because she's had multiple treats already today. And I need to limit her sugar intake because apparently she's quite prone to cavities in her teeth. Yeah. Parenting 101. No one's got a guide, that's for sure. Each child is different. Okay, so I feel like it's still a little bit glossy. Or is it not? Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to possibly leave it at that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to put that into my tray. So we're going to do the two. So we're going to, so this is called quite a bit, but it's quite runny. I was expecting it to be a lot thicker than that, but the temperature is meant to be less, so I don't know. I don't know what, I honestly now don't know what's going to happen, if the fudge is going to land up, if the caramel is going to land up being squishy in between the fudge, or what the story is. But we shall see. Okay, so we're gonna do half. I just want to cut that bit off. find the scissors. Okay. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to cut that bit off there so it doesn't do that. I should have done that sooner. Okay. Just push it in like that. Okay, so we need to push it to the sides, right? And then, so they say that, and then we're going to spoon in the caramel. Oh, I'm running out of space. So we're going to spoon. So I'm not going to use all the caramel. There's going to be leftover caramel, which apparently you can keep up to like 2 weeks or so in the fridge, maybe longer, and you can use it on ice cream or in another kind of dessert. So yeah, there will be leftover because I think it's meant to be minimal. You're not putting a lot in. It's just enough to swirl it around. Just want to make sure that I'm actually just going to use my sugar thermometer to swirl it around to make it like a marble. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to do it again. Okay. So we're going to pour the rest of this in. Oh, sure. Okay, it's already starting to thicken. So I'm actually going to dollop it on top. But the whole point is to actually have both caramel and fudge mixed in, but not completely mixed. So let's do it like that. And we're not going to refrigerate it. That's something that's been like specified quite a lot with all the different fudge recipes, is that it needs to be left out at room temperature for it to cool and not in the fridge. Fudge can be kept up to 3-4 weeks packaged in a jar, or some package, airtight pack or something like that. So yeah, just put the excess in here, and then we'll just smooth it out a bit. Or I don't know actually what I'm going to smooth it out, because I'm going to put more caramel on top and do the same thing again. Okay, so yeah, there's quite a lot of caramel that we made for this. I have no idea what it tastes like. Oh wow, okay. Then we're just going to marble it again. Actually, the thermometer works quite well to do it for the marble effect. Okay, so all we're going to do now is we're going to leave this, and we're going to go over to doing our chocolate ganache. in that time, this probably would have set quite a lot more. And then we'll place our chocolate ganache on top of that. Okay. Oh. And we throw things around the kitchen. Right, so let's go do our chocolate ganache. Let me swap cameras. Okay, so we're going to put that on. We're going to warm this up, but we're not going to boil it. What do you say? Alright, babe. Okay, so we're just going to warm this up. We're not going to make it boil or anything like that, so we need to make sure. So it's a bit hot now. So I'm just going to pop my chocolate pieces in, and we're going to do not freak out. Please do not. So I would normally do this on a double boiler so that you wouldn't burn your chocolate. Do not freak out when you see your mixture getting like hard and lumpy.
Mommy, look
Just
what I can do.
keep stirring. It will come
Look what I
out.
can do.
It will disappear into your mouth. How are you going to put it in your eye? Okay. So, you just keep stirring.
Double eye.
Just keep stirring so that it melts. Okay, so it's nice and smooth in consistency. I did not put the vanilla in. Although the recipe didn't ask for vanilla, so it's not actually a train smash that I didn't put the vanilla in. I was just going to add it extra in. Okay. So that's our chocolate ganache done. And it's nice and smooth. I'm happy with that. And I feel like, because this is dark chocolate pieces, it's going to go, they did say milk chocolates, but I think the dark is going to be, no. So I think, I feel like that needs to be set a lot more before I put the chocolate on. Oh dear. Okay. So, okay, so, where am I? Okay. Okay, so now my thing is that I feel like that is not set enough for me to put. What, my angel? You're just taking her paw, and don't give her the sweeties. Okay, so I've done the chocolate ganache. Looks good. I'm happy with it. It's gonna probably, you know, it'll get harder. If I need to, I'll melt it again. But I don't actually want to put it on here just yet. This is for me not set enough for it to sit on top, because this is meant to sit on top. So I'm going to love and leave you now, because I don't want to take up any more of your time where you're just staring and listening to me talk nonsense. So I'm going to love and leave you now. I will post pictures later. Hopefully you will. Hopefully it turns out awesome. Okay, so I'm just going to let this sit for about half an hour or so, and then I'll put the chocolate on the top, and I'll put my sprinkles on top, and then I'll leave it to sit. And then probably by 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, hopefully we'll be able to cut them up and be ready to taste and take photos. So yeah, okay. Anyway guys, thank you so much for joining and for watching, and yeah, let's hope that this is the last time. Well, yeah, if it's right, we'll make one more episode with the coffee walnut. If this is another flop, I am so stopping right here. Anyway, I will see you on Friday, 9:30, with my child. We're gonna make a tsunami cake on Friday. So, see you there.